We're going on to our next segment. It's DIIA, world's leading digitalization tool. And we're going to ask Gulsana Mamedieva, Director General of the Directorate of Strategic Planning and European Integration, Ministry of Digital Transformation of Ukraine, to speak.
Hello, everyone. I'm very honored to be here today and have opportunity to speak about Ukraine's way to build the most convenient digital state. I constructed my presentation in the following way. First, I will speak about what we have done before the full-scale invasion, what we are doing during it, how we are able to be just and flexible, and in the third part, I will speak how you can join and help us to win this war. So.
Ukraine is a country where anyone can become a president and start significant changes for all the people around. To reinvent the way of interaction between citizen and government, we created the Ministry of Digital Transformation. Our main goals: to digitize, connect, educate, and develop. Our flagship product, DIIA, one-stop shop for all the documents and public services. No paper, no stress, no bureaucracy. Ukraine is the first country in the world where digital passport works as physical ID. Our priority is to cover with high-speed internet, big and small cities, and cultivate digital skills in big and small Ukrainians. We invest in startups and create proper conditions for their growth. DIIA City, the best tax system in the world for the IT industry. World's major companies are already in Ukraine, and some Ukrainian startups became unicorns. Our goal is to build the most convenient country in the world for people and business. Technologies change countries, people, you.
So this is an overview of what goals and what we are aimed were before the full-scale invasion. And let's speak more about DIIA. DIIA is a brand of digital state. DIIA from Ukrainian means action, and DIIA also is an acronym, state and me. And this is pure reimagination on how what we think the connection between citizen and business and government should be. It should be simple and very convenient because the government service is serving its citizens and business. A DIIA mobile application and DIIA portal, it's mainly about public e-services, and we aim to build all public services, to have all public services online. DIIA City, it's a project, first virtual country, special tax and legal regime for running IT business in the country. DIIA Digital Education Project aimed to raise the level of digital literacy and digital skills of Ukrainians, because it's impossible to build a digital state without this very important component. And DIIA Business is a project that aimed to help SMEs to transform digitally to become more effective and competitive in digital era. So let's focus on DIIA mobile application on public services. We have already 18 million users, 14 electronic documents available, and more than 70 public services online. This is huge numbers and actually showing the trust of Ukrainians to the government. Ukraine is the first country in the world where the digital ID works the same as a paper or plastic one, and it's illegal in Ukraine not to accept digital ID. Another big component and revolution is the DIIA digital signature. It's actually digital signature in their pocket, and you can just sign a contract or open bank account with blinking of your eyes, because it's based on Face ID. We also took a lot of effort to build telecom infrastructure before the war, mobile and fixed one, and you see the numbers. It's a huge numbers that we gained before full-scale invasion started. DIIA Digital Education, as I said, this is really nice and cool project. We have also already more than actually 1.5 million unique users. Let's speak more about Ukrainian IT landscape. And before the war, it looked like this. So we have more around 5,000 IT companies, more than 200 IT specialists. Majority of them are software engineers. 40 investment funds. Ukraine among top adopters in the world in cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence globally. To make proper conditions, convenient conditions to run IT business in Ukraine, we created DIIA City. It's a special tax and legal regime. Conditions are fixed for 25 years, and it allows really flexible instruments to run the company and really offer no limits for investment, as it's possible to choose different legal instruments from common law legal system, and actually to choose even like what kind of taxes to pay. It's one of the really convenient tax legal system in Europe. Another project, it's e-residency project, and it's convenient from the point that you can do anything to run the company remotely in Ukraine. You can open bank account, you can pay taxes, you can actually register company in 5 minutes. It's the fastest possible way to register company, register business in the world. So this is briefly the components that we put as really important components of building digital state. And this solid basis allowed us to, like, with every, I would say, with the time we were moving faster. And when the full-scale invasion started, this solid basis allowed us to react quickly. On 21st February, we all woke up on announcement that Russia invaded Ukraine. Tanks crossed our border, airplanes entered our sky, and missile launchers surrounded our cities. Russia used technology, digital tools, propaganda, and disinformation as a real weapon. So along with the physical or kinetic war, there is also a digital front, and we had to enter it as well. This is probably the first cyber war in the world history. But we have a very different understanding how technology should serve humanity. And we started to build government services in the wartime.
As a result of the war, almost 11 million Ukrainians fled their homes. 7 million of them are internally displaced. It takes a minute for Ukrainians to apply for an IDP status certificate in DIIA. Ukrainians can also submit an application for IDP assistance in DIIA app as well. Ukrainian government sending payments to help our people during 3 months. The Russian military have destroyed tens of thousands of homes of civil people. Damaged property feature was created to track damages as accurately as possible. Ukrainians are able to report complete or partial damage to their private homes and residential properties. When Ukrainians had to be evacuated from hotspots, they had left behind everything they had earned throughout their lives. We updated e-aid service. There is a one-time financial assistance from the government to evacuated people. On the first day of this feature, we have received 1 million applications. When the Russian army attacked Ukraine, it destroyed a number of TV towers. In order to provide Ukrainians with uninterrupted access to information, DIIA TV and DIIA Radio were created in the DIIA app. Using this feature, the population follows all the news and even had watched Eurovision recently. The Bayraktar drone became a symbol of Ukrainian resistance. The game e-Bayraktar was created in DIIA to lighten the mood of the Ukrainians. Everyone can experience being an operator of the legendary drone.
Another important project, as you know, this is the bravest people in the world, Ukrainians. They fighting, the whole nation are fighting this horrible war. And we created Ivorok. This is an opportunity for every Ukrainian actually to join service of intelligence and to submit to military and defense forces information that might be useful about Russian forces or weapons.
From the first days of the invasion, Ukraine showed mastery on the digital front. Team at Ministry of Digital Transformation created a chatbot, Yevrog, e-enemy, in the Telegram messenger. With this chatbot, Ukrainians can report the movement of occupants and collaborators and capture the location of enemy equipment with just a few clicks. The main difference from all other existing bots is authorization through DIIA app. Only citizens of Ukraine are able to use the bot. Support service at DIIA processes applications and submits them to the headquarters of Armed Forces of Ukraine. Brave Ukrainians help Ukrainian military to destroy entire troops of occupants. Chatbot has become a digital weapon of every Ukrainian in occupied territories.
The second day of the war, IT Army of Ukraine has been formed. It's a voluntary movement. It's not coordinated by the government, but they always share results with us.
The war of the 21st century has turned into the first cyber war. Software engineers of Ukraine and the rest of the world have united into a great IT army. Their main goal is to spread the truth about the war. They created a Telegram channel to coordinate reports and instructions. On a weekly basis, IT Army attacks about 200 websites. During the first 3 days of its existence, the IT Army have shut down a number of critical government websites. After all independent media outlets were shut down, only propaganda media and TV channels remained in Russia. The most important of them is RuTube. The IT Army took down all of the propaganda TV channels in Russia and aired a single truthful broadcast about war in the Ukraine. On May 9th, the most important military holiday in Russia, live broadcasting was hacked and showed messages about war instead of program descriptions. On that day, RuTube was also shut down. Dozens of petabytes of information were deleted and the internal system was hacked as well. The IT Army informs Russian mothers about their sons who lost their lives on the battlefield. Artificial intelligence recognizes the faces of abandoned Russian soldiers and finds their social media accounts. The Army searches for relatives and notifies them of their death. We know names of all the looters. The IT Army obtained databases of postal services they used to ship stolen goods from Belarus to Russia. Ukraine is showing the whole world that in the 21st century, the truth cannot be destroyed.
We have more. Our border with Russia is around 2,500 kilometers. So drones really have changed the game, and we created the project Army of Drones, where everyone can donate money or donate civil drones, and we also repair them, actually teach how to use them, and this is a really comprehensive project, and we conduct drone hackathons, drone international, drone schools as well. To speak about actually also economic front, yes, because we are on economic front as well, the IT sector, despite of the fact of the war, continues to grow, and the revenue continues to grow. There are more than around 300 companies registered as DIIA city residents already when the war actually started, and this is showing exactly what this is a time to invest in Ukraine. This is the latest IT industry updates, and as you see, this it was said previously many times that IT sector has a huge potential and one of the core that helps economy to work. The Blue and Yellow Heritage Fund have been created. This is this fund specifically to invest exclusively in founders and startups in Ukraine. And it's already in the core sectors and on the early stage. IT Generation Project is an educational project that aimed to help people, first, who lost their jobs because of the war, and second, to help IT sector with shortage of personnel. We are already running the teaching. Actually, the projects have started. We have more than 2,000 students, and we plan to scale it and to help more Ukrainians who lost their jobs and to switch in IT sector. So coming to the third block, I will cover here what we aimed to and what we can do together to win this war, because we know all that we will win this war. This war is really different from anything we have seen before. This is really the most technologically advanced war in the human history, and we have powerful enemy who are more capabilities and several times bigger than ours. Here, let's speak about how you can join to protect the entire democratic world and also test your company and test your product and capitalize your company. This is not about just helping Ukraine. Yes, as I said, it is a fight for the democratic world, for our values. And Ukraine now, we need a quick solution. So Ukraine now is the best place for the bravest and the boldest idea, and we are offering it as a sort of test ground or polygon where everyone can join and test your product. And it's just not about proper receiving good MVP. It's about starting the ambitious project in the country that is in the world community focus. Technology not only helps on the battlefield, it's important to understand that it's help save lives, keeps loved one connected, and allows economy to work. So let's look closer at what we can do together. Artificial intelligence. As was said before in the video, we can provide the thousands of names of those who came to Ukrainian land to murder and torture and rape. They were criminals and looters, and we know all of them. And due to technology, and AI technology specifically, it's impossible to hide in this digital era. And we open on any other solutions that will help us to win this war. This is also important for Ukraine to stay connected. When the war started, we quickly understood that it will be a problem to have actually stable connection, because city towers were destroyed, fiber optic was damaged, there was no internet in the places of hostilities, in the occupied territories, and the only solution is a satellite internet. It was not available in Ukraine before that moment. Now in Ukraine, the thousands of Starlink stations are working, helping military, and also working on the critical infrastructure and the occupied territories, helping them to actually return to life very quickly. And if you have any solutions that can help us, and we need them, to make connection in the critical situation stable, please let us know. We also need the best cybersecurity solutions for our infrastructure. The few days before the war full-scale invasion started, we, under absolute secrecy, with cooperation with Amazon, transferred important information system to the cloud abroad. And it was a great decision, because the few days after, the big data storage center in Kyiv region was destroyed targetedly by the Russian rocket. This is just not about data storage. Local organizations, government organizations, banks are under constant cyber attacks, and they are fighting back. We're building our cyber resilience, and we are not only now building defense system, but also able, with help of IT army, to fight back. This war is a war of robots, and everything we have seen probably in science fiction movies becoming a reality. We are really interested in surface, unnamed surface, and underwater vehicles that can protect Black Sea, from where Russia actually conducted a lot of their terrorist acts. It's also important, and work we do, is the mining. Recently, Armatic 400, it's automatic demining really effective machine was put on the service in Ukraine, and we also thinking about and doing steps to actually develop robots on demining. According to UN, Ukraine is one of the most mine-contaminated country. So this is really important work that we have to do together. We need engineers and products in field of robotics and drones, and this is a high priority. We need the most innovative service for citizens. As you have seen, DIIA become really main digital assistant for citizens during this war. We are able to actually apply for financial assistance, to buy military bonds, to register damaged property, even to watch TV in this application. And it's impossible to realize how it's important part of our life today. And but obstacles and challenges with the war growing every day, and there are appearing new ones, so we need new innovative solutions. And if you have some of them, please let us know as well. And finally, but really important, millions of Ukrainians are without electricity today. We are at risk to face upcoming winter without heat, water, and electricity. And we really need atypical, innovative solutions for generating, saving, and delivering electricity and heat. This is very much a priority. Here is the way how you can tell us about your product, and please let us know if you can help. Maybe. Sorry. We invite everyone to join the light side, and let's build bright digital future together. And there is my contacts if you would like to speak more. Here's it for me. Thank you very much for supporting Ukraine. Slava Ukraini!